study chapter 3rd from the high textbook. Chapter name is The Little Girl. So in this chapter we will study about a girl named Kezia, and in this chapter there is a relationship or a bond between parents and their children. This we will study, and how children are very connected to their parents, and how they will feel when they are away from their parents. This all we will study in this chapter. Chapter 3rd, The Little Girl. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss. So little girl means that is Kezia, and in the first paragraph we will study about that how her father behaved when every day when he went out from his house. So every day, every morning before going to work, he came, means her father came to her into her room and gave her a casual kiss. Casual means informal, just like a formality, to which she responded with goodbye father. And when he gave informal kiss, she responded, she answered that goodbye father. And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of her carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. And she became relaxed when Kezia heard the sound that my father now went out from my house, and fainter that the light and very light. It means his carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road till his carriage was looking. She was just stood there outside of her house. In the evening when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice. It means we can understand that she feels very afraid in front of her father, because according to Kezia, her father was very strict. He was not showing love to her. So every evening also, and when he came, bring my tea. How he behaved? He said, bring my tea into the drawing room. Has not the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers. Kezia, mother would call to her, if you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs. So when her mother called her that Kezia, come and you take off your father's boots. Then slowly the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and open the drawing room door, because her father was there in the drawing room. By that time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? I don't know father, because how she was not able to speak in front of her father. She was became very frightened. She was feeling very afraid. You don't know? If you stutter means stammer. In Hindi we say haglana. She was not stammering, but only in front of her father she was behaving like this because of afraid. Mother will have to take you to the doctor. She never stuttered with other people. So now Kezia never stammered with the other people when she was talking to the other people, but only when she talked to her father, that time only this problem happens. Had quite given it up, but only with father, because when she was trying so hard to say the words properly. What's the matter? What are you looking so raised about? Why you are looking so unhappy? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. Then he said to her wife that I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. She was looking just like she is the edge of the suicide, because she is not happy how she is just stammering in front of me. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. And when Kezia thinking about his father, she was thinking that her father just like a giant. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. So one Sunday, because Sunday afternoon on Sunday, her father has lived, so he was there in his house. So grandmother sent to Kezia that go in the drawing room and talk to your father and mother, because she didn't like to talk with her parents. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, as you can see in this picture. When she entered in the drawing room, mother was reading and her father was sleeping on sofa. And his handkerchief was on his face. His feet, no one of the best cushion, and her father's feet were there, were one of the best cushion, which Kezia liked too much, and her father kept his feet on that cushion. Sleeping soundly and snoring. Snoring means breathe noisily while sleeping. In Hindi we say kharate. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia, you look like a little brown hole. One day when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that her father's birthday was next week, suggested she should make him a pin cushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Laboriously, with a double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides, so that a little girl, because she wanted to give this beautiful cushion on her father's birthday, so she sewed 3 sides. But what to fill? Because 3 sides, because one side was open, they have to fill some waste clothes and pieces of small pieces of clothes. And later then, when it will fully over, that time the last side they will sew. But what to fill it? That was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. So Kezia was looking for some waste materials like that, so she can fill in that cushion. Scraps mean small unwanted pieces. On the bed table she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper. Gathered them. So on that table there were a sheet of paper. So she took it. She discovered a great many sheets of the fine paper, gathered them up, tore them. Later then she tore them and into tiny pieces and stuffed her case. And later then she filled tightly that cushion. Then sewed up the 4th side, and later then she sewed that 4th side also. That night there was a huge cry in the house. So that night, because that papers which Kezia has taken, that was the important papers of her father. So now again the problem, how that father he was shouting in the house. Father's great speech for the port authority had been lost. Rooms were searched, servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in your room. Oh yes, she said. I torn them up for my surprise. What? Screamed mother. And mother shocked that what? That paper you tore and you filled tightly in your cushion? Come straight down to the dining room this instant. So at this moment, come downside and go to the dining room. And she was dragged down and she was pulled down too, where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back, and he was moving there. Her father was moving in the room. Well, he said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, she whispered. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damned thing. See that the child's put to the bed this instant. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadow of the room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. So, she was close to the room and watching the evening night make a sad little pattern. Pattern means the structure on the floor. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. I am going to beat you for this, he said. Oh no, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. And as her father entered in the room, she started to hiding herself the bedclothes. He pulled them aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong you. But it was for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. What did God make fathers for? She sobbed, and she was weeping, and she was saying that why the Father has made these type of fathers. Why the God has made these type of fathers? Because her father was very strict. Here is a clean hanky, darling. Blow your nose, go to sleep. Pat. You will forget all about it in the morning. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. But the child never forgot. Next time, she saw him quickly put both hands behind her back, and a red collar flew into her cheeks. The McDonalds lived in the next door. So the McDonald's family, they lived just the next door. We can say the neighbors. They were the neighbors. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag. Tag means a children's game. So the neighbor family, they had 4 children, and that father and children both were playing together tag game. In the evening, the father with the baby Mao on his shoulder, and father had one more baby on his children. It means Kezia was looking at the neighbor's family, and she was shocked because her father was not just like the neighbor's family, because in the neighbor's family they had 4 children, and their father was playing with their children, but Kezia's father never nicely talked with her. Playing is a very far thing. Hanging on his coat pockets ran round and round the flower bed, shaking with laughter. Once she saw the boys turn the hose on him, and he tried to catch them laughing. Hose means flexible tube of rubber. Then it was she decided they were a different sort of father. Then Kezia was thinking that the neighbor's family's father is a different kind of father, and my father is a different kind of father, because both are just opposites. Suddenly one day mother became ill, and she and grandmother went to hospital. So one day what happened? Kezia's mother became ill. So Kezia's grandmother took her to the hospital, and Kezia was alone in the house. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice. Alice is the name of the cook. That was all right in the daytime. So during the daytime it was okay. She can live alone in her house daytime, but it was not easy in the night. But while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. She was feeling very afraid because before this she never slept alone in her room. What will I do if I have a nightmare? Then she was thinking, suppose I will see a terrible dream, then what I will do? She asked, I have often have nightmares, and then Granny takes me into her room. Granny means grandmother. Then she told to the Alice that what will I do if I will see bad dreams, and because every time grandmother took me into her room. I cannot stay in the dark, it all gets whispery. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks, and don't you scream, wake your poor pa. But the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a rope. So in the dream, what she saw the butcher, a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma, and suddenly started to shout, Grandma, Grandma. She woke shivering, and when she woke, she was shivering, कांप रही थी उसकी body, to see fathers beside her bed. And as she opened her eyes, her father was just standing just behind of her bed, a candle in his hand. What's the matter? He said. On a butcher, a knife, I want Granny. Then she replied that I want my grandmother, Granny. He blew out the candle. Later then he blew out the candle, bent down and caught up the child in his arm. And later then her father took herself in the arms, carrying her along the passage. Passage means corridor, to the big bedroom. And later then her father took her into his bedroom, her father's bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked out the child. And later then carefully, very nicely, Kezia's father, he slept with Kezia on the bed. He lay down beside her, half asleep still with a butcher's smile all about her. It seemed she crept close to him. Snuggle means moved into a warmth. वो बहुत ज़्यादा नज़दीक जा रही थी because she was feeling very afraid. Snuggled her head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still. Here, rub your feet against my leg and get them warm, said father. Then father said that rub your feet against my legs, then warm. Then you will feel warm because your body became too cold. Tired out, he slept before the little girl. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness. And every day he had to work and was tried to be a Mr. MacDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stirred suddenly and sighed. What's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream? Oh, said the little girl, my head's on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear. Then she replied that no, now not another dream. But now I understood that you have also big heart just like other fathers. And now I can hear your heartbeat. So now I know that how you love me. So with this the chapter is over, and the question answers and other exercises I will send you. So the written work I will send you, that only you have to write in your literature notebook. Thank you for watching the video. Have a nice day.